All right, so Morgan Murphy is the former head of public diplomacy for General Keith Kellogg, Trump's envoy to Ukraine and Russia. Morgan, good to have you on. So we have two plans here now. Are they dueling? What do you make of this?
Well, they're definitely dueling plans. What you have to consider is that this is a complex negotiation between two major nations, two major European nations. You don't solve a war in the editorial room of the Wall Street Journal or the Washington Post. These negotiations are tough, and they are at the highest level. But in Marco Rubio, we've got a really steady hand on the tiller.
It's 4 years, coming up on 4 years since this invasion into Ukraine. 1 million casualties and a tremendous amount of wealth spent in Ukraine. Trump is skeptical that a deal can be made. He's written, though, that Ukraine leadership has expressed zero gratitude for our efforts, and Europe continues to buy oil from Russia, which I think his best part is the second half of that. I mean, the Europeans that are so breathlessly engaged in this war are funding the other side of this machine, which is just endlessly stupid. And how is that even possible that that's still the case?
Well, it's unbelievable that our European partners aren't stepping up to take care of this war that is in their own backyard. This is a European war. And frankly, we've got 20 European nations out there that have a smaller army than the average number of guns at a Bass Pro Shop. I mean, literally, I'd rather go to war with Bass Pro Shops than 20 of our 31 NATO partners. They're more better armed. So Europe's got to get it together so they can protect their own homeland.
Yeah, is it crazy to think that? I mean, I'm looking at this and I just feel like how does this war ever end with these two in the position that they're in now? I can't see Putin ever giving up unless he gets what I think he's going to think is a good deal for him. And Zelensky's nowhere near that. How in the hell do you end a war like this?
Well, I mean, Putin has not comported himself well. Can you imagine every combatant command in the United States, North Command, Southern Command, Indo-PACOM, European Command, all told by the president to say seize Quebec and not be able to do it? I mean, Russia has been humiliated here. I don't think they've really showed fighting prowess. People were like, Biden was like, oh, they might go all the way to Berlin. Well, they can't get to Warsaw. They can't get to Kyiv. So I wouldn't say that it's been a runaway success for Putin either, but the war has to end. And the one way that it can't end, and my former boss, General Kellogg, said this all the time, you can't kill your way out of this situation. The Russians will just absorb losses, and they've done that. They took 20 million losses in World War II. Ukraine just doesn't have the ability to kill its way out of this situation.
Yeah, that's a
it's got to end at the peace table.
Yeah. All right, Morgan Murphy, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Good stuff.
Great to be with you.